So good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's session of Pre-Bell with William O'Neill India. In this session, we'll take you through Nifty 50 chart placement along with its probable opening, some key global news and events, how US markets fare through the night, how Asian markets are trading at the moment, and at the end, chart of the day for you. Without much ado, let's start with Nifty 50 chart analysis for the day and for the week as well. So during the week, Nifty has been advancing higher for the last 4 days. Even if we talk about the last couple of weeks since Nifty reclaimed its 200 DMA, it just had one negative session. Apart from that, each and every day, Nifty has been trading higher. If we talk about yesterday's session, uh, Nifty had a muted opening with a negative bias, kind of corrected to around 17, 1850. But from there, rebounded in the first half of the trading session itself, made a 100 points rebound, and then kind of remained range bound for the latter half of the day. If we talk about key support for Nifty at the moment, this green line, which is your 10 EMA, can act, which is a short-term moving average, and the 21 DMA can act as a support for Nifty going forward. Uh, it has broken out from the trend line support as well. If you draw a trend line from here, sorry, the trend line is very weak. Very sorry. But you get it right. So it is broken out from there, but even breaking out from trend line support is really good. But going forward, Nifty can consolidate in the coming time before reclaiming its highs. And on the OD front as well, uh, the distribution day count is very low at one, and the market remains in confirmed uptrend. However, if your distribution day count increases, markets will be shifted to confirmed under pressure. So let's talk about the key news. So the major key news was the government reduced cess on crude oil. That is the windfall tax from 17,750 per ton to 13,000 per ton. However, export duty on ATF was hiked to rupees 2 per liter from zero. Export duty on diesel was hiked to rupees 7 per liter from rupees 5 per liter. US jobless claims came at around 2,50,000 for the week against estimates of 2,65,000 a week. Wipro got a multi-year contract from HM Treasury Services, HM Treasury for Service Integration and Management. The service will enable seamless integration of IT services across multifunctional suppliers and partners, improving the user experience across HMT. So Nykaa launches first flagship store, Night in New Delhi. FI, after remaining around net buyers for last couple of weeks, turned net sellers yesterday as they sold Indian equities at 1,706 crores. DI bought Indian equities worth rupees 471 crores. So Adani Total Gas reduced CNG prices by around 4.07 per kg and PNG prices by 3.2. The reduction in gas prices has been effected from 17th August across 19 geographies covered by the company. CCI approved the merger of JSW Steel, Creixent and JSW Ispat Holdings. Talking about the global market update, US markets are kind of muted only. Dow Jones was up around 0.1%, S&P 500 by 0.2%, and Nasdaq by 0.2%. Asian markets are also kind of trading range bound and muted at the moment, with Nikkei at 0.1% higher, Kospi and Shanghai Composite are 0.2% lower. Crude oil yesterday climbed from around $92, 92.5 to around $96. US Treasury has been slightly trending higher and trading around 2.89. Similarly, USD NR have depreciated as well to 79.74. So SGX Nifty taking cues from the global markets, the US markets, and the Asian markets is trading in a muted range, and it is last trading at around 17,957. So talking about the chart of the day, the chart of the day for us is Gujarat Alkali. And before we start the discussion, let's give a small disclaimer that what, the stock that we'll be discussing today is not a buy or sell recommendation, and we're just doing it for educational purpose. So talking about the last result, on the YOY front, there was good growth in the top line, mainly because it was like The last Q1 FY22 was majorly a washout quarter for major companies, but if we compare QOQ, top line held for the company. Along with that, the major uh, key for the company was that your EBITDA margins expanded by around 300 bps to 33.4%, which was a major thing. The product portfolio for the company is very diversified. It has production capacity is two plant at Vadodara and Dahej, from caustic soda lye to caustic soda clay, chloromethane, potash, potassium carbonate, hydrogen peroxide, phosphoric acid, aluminum chloride, polyaluminum chloride, sodium chloride. All these are the capacity. All these are the products that the company produces at different at within different capacities at Vadodara and Dahej. If we talk about the installed capacity utilization, as compared to the industry for the company and the industry, the utilization have been dropping from 84% to around 75-79% in the last 4 or 5 years. But if we talk about the GACL capacity addition compared to different products and different industries, it is being increased from 94% to 110%. That is being overutilized at the moment, and that's why the company has been doing consistent capacity additions. And if we talk about major capacities that are coming on board, are around 94%, 95% streamlined and expected to be operational in the next few months. If we talk about the end user sector-wise end user consumption for your Gujarat Alkali as well, it has wide variety of sectors that it caters to, mainly to your textiles, that is around 19.2%, organic and inorganic chemicals around 10.1 and 12.9%. Alumina, it caters to pulp and paper, oil and refinery, foods, pesticides, dye and inks, pharma, water treatment, soaps and detergents. So it's highly diversified, and that is what it's able to weather to even in a slowdown environment as well, where certain industries such as your textile is going through a slowdown. The other industry has taken a pickup for the company. If we talk on the O'Neill front, EPS strength is kind of fair at the moment, but if you look at the last 4 to 5 quarters of growth, the growth has been phenomenal for the company, and that's what we've been discussing on the qualitative and the fundamental front as well. The sales growth and the EPS growth. The very positive at the moment is your price strength and your buyer demand, which is really superb. And if you look at the last few sessions, your RS line has been trending higher. The stock has given some huge price volume action, mainly account of the good result yesterday. The stock is still 13% from pivot. That is good run up to do from now as well. But as we've been discussing, if the stock is on the radar, you can keep an eye on the stock as the stock reaches the pivot and uh, as breaks out, and whether it breaks out on above average volume or not, one can keep a track on it. Stage three is good. Yes, stage one, stage two, stage three. We suggest stage three as well if all the other canceling parameters are satisfying, and if stage four or later is the one we try to avoid, because those are the ones that have higher chances of failure. Even on the institutional front, you can see the stock is gaining good support. Number of funds for the stock has been increasing. Share held by funds are also increasing. So the overall growth story remains intact for the stock. Even the stock is showing some price volume action as well in the last few days with good accumulation. So let's see how the stock behaves around the pivot and whether it's able to break out on above average volumes or not. So thank you, and that's it from my side. And do stay connected on this previous space and also the after hours with William O'Neill in that space that happens at the evening every day from Monday to Friday at 4:30 p.m. Thank you.